Right, so 3 years ago I did a video on the Transit Custom ABS sensor fault, and at the time we were having other issues with the DPF, and the Ford Transit guys, or the technician who came out to fix that under warranty, said just get a new cable, your fix is never going to work, it's constantly going to throw errors. Well, 3 years later it finally has thrown errors, so it wasn't entirely right, and I thought, oh, maybe the other side's gone, same issue, caught the wire, something's chewed it. Or maybe my repair has failed. And that's only partially true. So let's show you what actually happened with my repair and what's gone wrong now. If you're wondering where on earth I am and what all this stuff is, my wife is a saddler. So this is her workshop. We converted the garage, so I lost my garage space. So most of the time you see me outside, but not today. Right, so if we zoom in here, this is the brake wear sensor that equally is annoying. So literally cut that off and soldered it together, and then just put this over it to keep it nice and safe. So that solves the brake wear pad. The brake wear indicators on these seem to go off really early, like 50% of the pad worn. So that solves that. You just need to go back to old school methods of looking at your pads. And this is the repair I did that was done in situ under the car. So the blue wire here had snapped or been chewed through, so I just soldered in another wire, and when I came to it I was like, oh no, it's still here, it's still here. Why is this giving errors? Like, it's not the best connection, but it's still working. I gave it a little wiggle, and the bit that I did is still connected. The actual solid wire in here has failed. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this with some of these jobs, which are solder and joiner connectors. So you put two ends in, heat it up with a heat gun, and it will crimp it and solder it together. So I think this was a mistake in using solid core. That's all I had at the time. It's all I still have. So we're going to try and join these two back together directly. I'm going to cut a bit out of here, expose the wire a bit more, and then do that and wrap it all back up again. And there was one guy in the original comments said, why did you do this under the car? It would have been a lot easier to just unplug it like I have here and get it out. In theory, yes, that would have been easy. So it took me about 10 seconds to find this fault, and then another hour to get this loom off, because these connectors, I don't know if it's this one, it is this one. These have basically never come off in probably 120,000 miles of the van's history. They've never been undone. They were absolutely chock block full of crud. They would not come apart. This one's actually snapped the tab off, which this one still has. They were so full of grunge you couldn't actually get any movement on them, so that was fun. So yeah, it took an hour to do all that. Most of that time was spent undoing these two connectors, and then there's just a myriad of, this is what connects onto the main chassis leg, and you've got to pull one of these out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bits where it recesses in, and then loads of these lovely cable tie ones, which if you're lucky you can pull the whole thing out, and I hope it's going to go back in. And if you're unlucky, there's one somewhere, there's another random one there. One of them did not come out intact, so I think that's still on the van. So that we're going to have to be cable tied back in. And then there's a bunch of places like here where it has this extra padding where these go into actual clips on the body. Those will probably all snap off when you do it because they're old and bristle. Half of them weren't even lined up. Nightmare. So in theory, yes, easier. In reality for me, no. Right, so what I've done here now is I've just exposed a bit more of this. And I think what I'm going to do is cut this off, strip it, cut the same off there, completely remove the old repair, and then use, where is this? And hopefully bridge that off nicely. So yeah, let's go chop bits apart. And use the handy dandy wire strippers and get as much off as we can. That's pretty crusty. bet these aren't going to fit, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. No. Fantastic. Alright, so there we go. These are now in here, and we just have to heat it up with the heat gun, which I'm sure will go horribly wrong. Knowing anything that I do on this van never goes right first time. Got to keep that pressed. I think we're going to do it not with that attachment on. We're just going to that's too hot. Ooh, yeah, very hot. I'm just going to smush this together to try and maximise the solder connection. I was not expecting to go that squishy. I was expecting it to shrink up like the heat wrap ones do, but this is, it's like 2 bits of glue in there as well. Hopefully that will do the job. It did conveniently. I was wondering what this was at the end of here, and this is a glue that's been melted by the heat, so that would have been a lot easier to do to start with had I known I could get more access. So when I do this for the 3rd time, I'll know that. Also mean I could entirely chop this plug off and connect those wires I'm doing there and save this bit flapping around. Again, very hard to do one-handed, but pull test seems okay. So I'm going to get some loom tape out the Twingo, wrap all this up, make it look really nice and stop any animals wanting to chew things. There we go. There's the, that's the one that goes to the body, that's the one that goes to the driver's or right-hand side or off side, and then this is the one I've just repaired to the near side, passenger side, with the ABS sensor, because they don't have them on all 4, not ABS, parking brake wear sensor, because they only have them on the left side of the car, seemingly. I guess cost saving. An assumption that brakes wear equal, which they don't. So yeah, now time to just put this back on the car, and I might show you that, but it's an absolute faff to do. You don't want to see me just clipping in tons of stuff. It's very simple to work it out yourself. These are obvious, and it's 2 wires. We go back to this one, which is just by the spare wheel underneath. So thanks for watching. Let's hope this lasts another 3 years, or just pay £90 for this entire new cable.